quantity. With everybody calling in, it looks like it will completely sell out. Okay. This is the splurge I was talking about. Yes, I know it's still on clearance and it was $328 and it's a huge price markdown, but it's still a significant amount. There are many attributes to talk about this boot that justify the price we're talking about. So when we talk about design, we talk about materials, we talk about construction, we talk about high fashion when it comes to Donald J. Pliner. He is a leader in the industry. He is known for his luxurious comfort. He's also known for this high fashion forward design and design look and aesthetic. The one thing that when we talk about what Donald J. Pliner is doing is how he's creating the boot from the bottom up. From the bottom up, we're talking about a leather sole. Now, I have only purchased one shoe in my life that is a leather sole. Honestly, I love that shoe. It was made in Italy. I was a trip to New York with my mom. It was probably way out of my budget, but I splurged. And I tell you, I have that boot 8 years later, I think, or it's not a boot, it's actually a pump. It's like a green snakeskin pump, and it's out of this world. I love it. The reason I mention it to you is because the sole is leather. That is the construction of an Italian-made shoe. Now, this shoe is imported. I don't have the place where it was made, but when we talk about cobblers who create and craft shoes, they use a leather sole. So these are the little extra details that help to justify the price we're talking at $229.95. Now, the colors that we're talking about, we have it in your cloud gray. Boy, everything is cloud gray. No, wait, this is gonna be almond, right, Jared? Almond brown. This is going to be cloud gray, because I think this is the snake, because that looks like cloud gray to me. And then we have it in your black. And the black is like a pebbled leather. The cloud gray is a snake skin. And then you have it in your just smooth, high gloss finish in the almond brown. So I got it right. There you go. Now, to finish why I was talking about why this justifies the price and the craftsmanship, because I think it's important, because I think I don't wake up today and go, I'm gonna spend $229 on a pair of shoes. I think I could do that every day, but my husband would probably divorce me and I probably would be, you know, in trouble. So let's talk about why this is special and a treat for you to indulge. Because of the leather sole, not only is the sole leather, but the leather lining. So I'm gonna open it up, and the lining in the inside that touches your feet is leather. Why do we care about that? We care because leather is breathable. The inside of the shoe is actually all leather. That means it's not pleather. A lot of other shoe designers, I'm not saying it's bad or not, this is just a more elevated, higher end construction when you line the inside with leather, because that's breathable. Leather is breathable, it's soft, it's not pleather, it's not plastic, it's not gonna make your feet sweat or get blisters. It's just like driving a Rolls Royce. It just feels so good the moment you put your feet in there. Then the leather construction on the bottom. Then you have leather on the upper, leather on the inside. You have a padded sole that is soft and cushiony and luxurious. So you're getting that padded insole, so it is comfortable. You have elastic goring as well that gives you, it's so well made, I couldn't even find it. I was like, where's the elastic goring? Look. There it is in the back. So every step you take, that gives with you. You have a seaming down the back that just slenderizes the leg. Nice heel height. It's a 2.5 inch or 2 1/4 inch on the stacked heel. 5.5 through 10, 11. We have to wrap up because with everybody calling in, it looks like these will sell out. We have about less than 100 to go around. You choose. Do you want the cloud gray, which is snakeskin, or the look of snakeskin? Do you want the black? And then do you want almond? Your choice. Use the flex to get a original, one-of-a-kind Donald J. Pliner boot. You will fall in love, and they'll be a staple forever. We're gonna be right back. We're gonna check in with Brett, and we've got more.